Hey guys, Andrew's here with another video for you. This time we're going to take a look at this week's patch notes. The big thing is, of course, the release of Guardian for us outside of Korea, but I also want to talk about the 2020 roadmap they released last week. Completely forgot to talk about it, so we'll be going over that at the end as well. As for the patch notes, we received the Guardian, of course, a new class, and the campsite loot scroll buff. Now this buff will give you 50% drop rate increase for 60 minutes for the cost of 50 million silver. Now this stacks with loot scroll buffs, but does not stack with the villa buff, so keep that in mind. They even mentioned how they understand that the cost is a little too much, but they're trying to emphasize you wanting to grind other places where our rare drops are the big moneymaker instead of trash loot. The lack of foresight, in my opinion, on their part is that trash loot tends to complement how much money you make. So if you spend 50 million silver in hopes for the rare drop, you're eating away into your profits every hour you don't get a rare drop. I think this buff specifically will be just for really rare drops like the key that you need, or for the compass piece, or for the treasure map piece, or the upcoming infinite potions that we'll eventually get, I guess, in a couple weeks or months. If the intention was to have you grind with this buff, I think if the buff were half the cost, it would be a lot more appealing to a larger set of players. Now, Berserker did not receive their succession buff, so we'll have to wait 2 more weeks for that, since we're not really sure when they're going to actually implement the buff. We don't have maintenance next week either, so it's not going to be next week. So hopefully in early February we get that Berserker succession buff. Awakening weapon exchange coupons were also changed to be unable to be used 30 days after the Awakening release rather than class release. So it forces you to enhance the Awakening weapon yourself if you don't want to wait till March if you're planning to swap weapons for Guardian. Now, Wacky Toshi finally gave us more Marnie Stones. Crescent Shrine, Basilisk, Pila Ku, Navarne Steppe, and Mountchaum are now having Marnie Stones to help you level, though Marnie Stones at those areas won't be that useful, in my honest opinion, as getting to 61 is mostly done through questing, and hitting 62 is mostly done through Mirrormark, while 63 is either Mirrormark or Geifing, depending on what you prefer, neither of which have Marnie Stones. Now, one of the biggest changes is to high quality wine no longer being able to be used for energy recovery depending on your gathering mastery. It was cheaper to buy HQ wine from the vendor to replenish your energy rather than buying the energy potions on the market. With that method going away, energy potions will increase in price and everyone's overall profits will decrease if you were using the wine to begin with. Now, this one is a little tricky to evaluate, I'll have to be honest. It seems unnecessary to remove the exchange altogether, and if they're worried about gathering being too good right now, they could always have buffed trash loot values in places that matter, or added a limitation to the HQ wine instead of just taking it out completely. Now, honestly, what irks me is that we get this change alongside the Korean patch notes this week, despite having gathering mastery for a much less time than the Korean region. It's nerfs like these that make the gap between Korea and the rest of the regions wider and wider, leading the developers to use that gear gap as an excuse to delay content already out in Korea, and pretty much giving up on the whole global content parity initiative that the developers have touted for a couple of years now. I'm going to digress here. The OneLine tips were added to the loading screen, as well as the check barter information window on the load cargo screen. That was in the labs update last week. They also fixed the issue where central market price would not display on item tooltips. I was noticing that a lot lately. They also fixed the issue where text would bleed out of the pet UI. Now, if they would make the color palette a little bit different for the pet UI, I think that'd also be a good step in the right direction. Most of the UI changes, I'll be honest, I've been kind of neutral on, don't really care much. But weirdly, the pet UI change was one where I thought it just looked a lot worse than it used to. The difficulty of the horse capture minigame was also reduced. That's a good change. And as for the Korean patch notes, so they received the Berserker succession buffs. They have Guardian Awakening buffs as well, making her have faster animations and skill chaining, so she should move from skill to skill faster. PvE damage from Thorn trick was also increased. Flame of Destruction cooldown was decreased by 3 seconds, and PvP damage was lowered by 9%. More changes are set to come in the future. Kahn also received the changes I spoke of in the last Labs update video. The worker list window has been modified to use the promotion function normally, and the level cap for Olvia servers has now increased to 99% at level 60, so you can gain XP for longer in those channels. They also added a notice to let you know Alt-C does not work when you try to flag up on someone on Olvia servers. So if you're a returning player and you want to flex your gear, you can't actually do that anymore. And if you haven't been keeping up with the patch notes, obviously you're going to be very confused. So now they have a little notice letting you know, hey, things have changed. So we received the test server update early this week. So we're going to go into it. A lot of changes, a slew of wizard and witch buffs for Succession, guardian buffs, Sorceress PvP damage reduction on Abyssal Flame and Dream of Doom. Abyssal Flame I kind of understand since it still hits hard even on cooldown. Now it seems to be single target instead of AoE. Okay, makes sense. Dream of Doom was unexpected, less damage, I think about 10% less PvP damage on that one. Ranger Succession also received nerfs to damage and super armor on cooldown no longer being applied. Down attack modifiers being taken away. Strangely hit hard on the nerf hammer, Ranger did. I'm not sure why. Not like the class was, in my opinion, overpowered. Weird. It happens to Ranger every time. They got some buffs. They're happy for 2 months, and then they get nerfed to the dirt. Valkyrie Succession damage was also nerfed in PvP. That kind of makes sense as well. They did a lot of damage, but that was also a pretty drastic nerf on one skill, though, for about 60% less damage. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Musa Succession also received the same PvP damage reduction treatment on Blooming, and Ninja received some nerfs to hit accuracy and damage on certain skills as well. So a lot of changes, obviously. If you play any of these Successions I just mentioned, I suggest getting on test server and testing out the damage difference if you can. For the most part, it seems that they're focusing on lowering PvP damage in Successions and, of course, buffing Wizard and Witch's animations and damage output overall because that was very, very lacking. While I'm glad they're making changes, it's getting a little uncomfortable how more and more you're seeing a lack of understanding from the developers on their own game. I don't really know what else to say about that, so we're going to move on. The Calphian Shadow Knights area has been changed to include monsters that are new elites. So this is in southwest Calphian, north of Trent. Hard to say if they mean that the area is now a 280 AP zone or if the new elites themselves are 280 AP recommended. They're not implemented on test server, so I can't really check that out right now. So once they update it, I'll check out the area and report back to you guys. And that's pretty much it for the test server changes for the week. I can test the Witch and Wizard damage since I do have data on what it grinded like before the buffs. So expect a video later in the week showing the difference. As for events on live server, we have a few new events coming. Level Up Your Guardian event will give you some silver, loot scrolls, 7-day value pack. That's nice. It's probably a first, honestly. And XP scrolls for hitting level 56 on your Guardian. You also get some inventory slots, but keep in mind only the Guardian can use them as they're character bound when taken, and only your Guardian can take them. We have special boosts for Mount XP and Blackstone drop rate increases. That's been a long time since we had a Blackstone drop rate increase, so places like Nagas will be particularly good. Basically, any place that drops Blackstones will be especially good right now, if you need Blackstones, that is. Eternal Winter Enhancement is an event that will drop a necklace of Eternal Winter or a snow crystal of Eternal Winter as you fish, grind, or gather. You can enhance the necklace with the snow crystal, and if you manage to hit Pride, Duo, Tri, Tet, and Pen, you can hand that item in for some enhancement materials to an NPC in Velia. It is a one-time hand-in, so you can't spam hand-in prize. You can hand in Pri one time, Duo one time, Try one time, and so on. The item will break if you fail the enhancement, so keep that in mind. Tag Character XP Share is also back if you tag your Guardian. You will be able to share XP with another character. The downside is that it's a one-sided exchange this time, so you can't grind on a different character to give your Guardian XP. Your Guardian must be the one grinding, and then an alt can get that XP. And the last event is called Wacky Toshi's Request. You can take a quest from Wacky Toshi to complete 5 500 kill Marnie stones to hand in for 5 Wacky Toshi seals. You can do the quest once per day per account, and the rewards for handing in the seals are Advice of Valk. So 45 seals will net you a 50 stack or a 40 to 60 stack box. And finally, as for the roadmap they showed us, we know that Guardian Awakening will be released for everyone outside of Korea on February the 5th. Odelita is going to be released in February for Korea and the first half of the year for the rest of us, so expect it to hit in May or June at the latest. Mystic, Striker, Lon, and Guardian will be receiving Succession next. Not sure when. Not sure if Archer or even Shy is even going to get Successions, considering they don't technically have Awakenings, but I think they might. Who knows? Who knows? Papo Crania will be releasing within the next couple of months as well. Composing and performing on Shy is also coming soon, though that is already out in Korea. They haven't mentioned Black Star Armor or the new Black Desert Season system, which means we probably won't see anything till later in the year, possibly fall time for us. They're doing a lot of balance changes on Successions, so we'll see if they touch on Awakenings as well to keep things fresh. And that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know what you thought about these Succession nerfs. They're not super drastic, in my opinion, maybe apart from Ranger, but we'll see how it pans out. Let me know if you're going to be playing Guardian, of course, from now on, and if you've enjoyed your time with me throughout this video, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Every sub counts as we continue to grow. Like or dislike this video depending on how your day is going, and as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.